going to be talking through how to make pancakes, just in time for Pancake Tuesday next week. So first of all, I am setting my scales to 0 once I've got my bowl and my sieve on ready, and I'm measuring out 130 grams of plain flour. I'm then going to sieve this to make sure that I knock out any lumps, and also add in some extra air as I'm sieving this through to make sure my pancakes are nice and light and fluffy. Once I've done this, I'm going to add in 5 mils of baking powder, and this is what is going to allow our pancakes to be fluffy. These are more American style pancakes we're doing, so the batter that we make is a bit thicker. I'm also going to add in 15 mils of sugar into this bowl of our dry ingredients, but this stage is optional. If you prefer a savoury pancake, then you don't have to add in the 15 mils of sugar. I've just got my sieve again and made sure that I have sieved out any lumps or bumps in the sugar. And not only will sugar in these pancakes add a sweet flavour, but the sugar will also give our finished pancakes a nice golden brown colour. And now on to our liquid ingredients, and first of all, on a flat surface I am measuring out 130 mils of milk. And then into a separate cup, I've cracked an egg. Make sure the shell goes straight into the bin and you wash your hands afterwards. And that lets me check that there is no eggshell and that the egg is not rotten. Now, in another little cup there, I had 20 grams of butter, and I have just put that into the microwave just for a few seconds until it is all runny. And whilst it's in there, all I've done is whisked up my egg and added that into my jug of milk as well. So this is my butter that is now melted. It's went from a solid to a liquid now that I've added heat to it, and there it is, all runny. And that is also going to go in the jug with all our wet ingredients. And now it's time to incorporate these both together. So I've just made a well in the centre of the dry ingredients for me to add the milk, egg and butter in gradually. Now what the butter does in here is it will also add a nice golden colour, and also because it's a fat, it will give our pancakes some flavour. Our egg is needed in here so that when we add our batter onto the heat, the egg coagulates and sets, so it helps the batter turn from a liquid into a solid. So the egg is in there to hold the structure of the pancake. And then we've got the milk, which helps bind everything together into this really lovely batter that I've got in the bowl just now. Now, the more you combine this together, mixing it, you're going to make sure that there's no hidden pockets of flour round about the outsides or the bottom of your bowl. So you want to make sure that everything's all incorporated well and there's no hidden lumps or pockets of flour. And then all I'm going to do once I've beaten that, and by beating it really well, you will actually help to add in more air. I'm now going to pour that back into my jug that I just had everything in. And the reason for that is it's just much easier when it comes time to cooking on the hob, that it is in a jug for me pouring out rather than doing spoons of the mixture. Now, if you prefer runnier pancakes, more crepe pancakes, then you can add more milk in to make it runnier. And usually what you'll find is the first pancake is never the nicest looking. It takes a couple of attempts before you get the nice golden brown colour after a few turns on the pan. Also, after a few turns, my camera skills got a bit better and had moved it so you can see actually what you are looking for. So once you add the batter onto the hob, you will start to see little bubbles forming. And you want to see these little bubbles forming all over the pancake. They will start off on the outside. The outsides tend to cook first, and then you want to wait for them to be bubbling in the middle before you try and flip your pancake. Once you flip your pancake, you're waiting for it to turn golden brown in the bottom. You can turn it over to check. And after that, the stage just repeats until you use up all your batter. You can see here, I've moved the camera and you get a better angle where the oil in the pan you can see bubbling round about, but you can also see those bubbles starting to form in the centre. The change in colour also happens. It starts to go almost a golden colour round the outsides. But this is caused by the egg setting, where we see all these bubbles forming in it for it to turn from a liquid into a solid. And then you can flip it. And just repeat this until you finish all the batter. If you don't finish all the batter, I would say this mixture serves 4. You can cover your jug with cling film and stick it in the fridge overnight, and you can use that again in the morning. And your task for this week is to design a professional looking plate for our pancakes using any toppings that you would like. And so, some examples that we usually have, because nowadays pancakes are really popular in the UK. We've got lots of dessert takeaways, we've got a pancake restaurant. So, some examples you can have a wee look at on these menus online to get some inspiration. You could have lemon and sugar. You could go savoury, you could have chives chopped up through the mixture. Cream, honey, syrup, chocolate spread, jam. Probably jam's my favourite. And they're all your toppings, and you can do some fresh fruit or dusting of icing sugar to finish off in decoration, but we would love to see your ideas. So Pancake Tuesday is on Tuesday the 16th of February this year. But it does change every year what day it falls on, because it is based on when Easter falls. But it is always the day before Ash Wednesday, which is the first day of Lent. It's usually called Shrove Tuesday, and it was said to be the last opportunity to use up eggs or fat before starting the Lent fast. And a pancake recipe is the perfect recipe to use up eggs and fat. Notice how I made a total mess there. I should have cut that out, but I didn't, because it's good for you to see. And there you go. And I think this is the last pancake. Scraping it all out. Again, watching for those bubbles before I flip it over. Or try to. And there you have it. A stack of pancakes, and you can use whatever toppings you prefer. So I've got some honey, I've got jam, I've got some Nutella. And let us know what you decide to have.